All right. So, we're actually already rolling, so... really?
Pardon me.
Yeah, we're going to start on that. Hardheaded Productions podcast number 16 this week. We're Thursday the 18th of... What are we, May still? Yeah, May. We have a special guest, Steve, with us. And,
Thank you.
What's your... Stephen Patrick, I believe is what you go by. Because I never know your real last name. And I can't pronounce it anyways. And we always have...
Ellis
is here today. Brandon's not with us today. He's his work schedule kind of changed again, so we just got 3 of us today. But we brought Steve in. He did what was it? We did a producer or distribution on that DVD. You let me
a little bit of both.
Okay.
Do you want to hear the whole story now? Should I just
sure? We can do it.
Yeah.
So we can go into that to kind of introduce you, and then we'll go from there.
Well, my son actually turned me on to this. There was like a feature trailer type, like a little sneak peek thing that was on Instagram that was going around, and there was a buzz that they were doing a documentary about sliders and the haunt experience, and filmed it at Knott's Scary Farm. So I was really intrigued. We got invited to a screener, and I got a chance to meet the director. And after the film, I was just floored. I was just like, wow, this is so cool. Like, there's so much history here. There's so much culture. So I contacted the director right after I saw the film, and I said, come on into my office because I think we should get together. My background was I worked for Image Entertainment for several years. We were the largest independent distributor of quality music and video programming. And I kind of had an idea for him that I pitched him, and I said, what do you want to do with this film? And he's like, I don't know. And then I go, what do you mean? He's like, well, I don't know. I just made it. Originally, it was just going to be a YouTube video, like a little, like a 10-minute thing. But the deeper that he kept going, he kept getting these stories and all this rich history that people hadn't heard before. And so it turned into a film. So I said, well, let me take it and let me go pitch it to the distribution, because that's kind of my thing. I understand acquisition, solicitation, supply chain, fulfillment, distribution.
Well, let's talk about your solicitation charges, actually. No, I'm just...
No charge for you, John.
All right.
So I took it internationally. I took it to Amazon. So we're on Amazon. We've got rental and download presence there, and we're on iTunes. So, I mean, getting onto those formats is fairly difficult. You can't just, make a video and have it be featured on those formats. It's a different time. When you go into Best Buy and you're looking for that movie you love, it's tough to find it.
Yep.
Everything is on Amazon, and people want that digital experience. So I came in as a producer. I fronted the money to convert the film to a ProRes digital graphic that we could that we could stream. So now we have deals with Roku. We just signed a deal with Accelerator Media. We're working on our second film. It turned out to be a great partnership. Braden Freeland is the director, and he's really created this and edited and filmed it and did everything. I can't take any credit except for taking it to retail, but I was really inspired by this guy. When I met him, I said, gosh, this guy's got so much talent. I want to partner up with him right away because I wanted to scoop him up, because I could tell he has an eye for things.
Yeah, you lent me that DVD, and I really enjoyed it, man. It definitely brought back the history. It brought back that feeling of going to Knott's Scary Farm and just seeing those things and the history, the evolution of how they changed their equipment, the whole thing about that was really good. He definitely did a great job on that. And the next one, can you talk about the next project you're doing a little bit or not?
Well, I would rather have Braden. I don't do it justice. Maybe we can get Braden to come in here and do a podcast with us. He's definitely the more creative. Producer wise, I'm coming from financial aspect and looking at things big picture. But I'll save that for when Braden can come in.
All right, no problem. So that's a little bit of Steve's background here, and once again, we were all met at a bar drinking, hanging out, and that's how Brandon and I met. That's how Ellis and I met, and that's how you and I met, actually. So this is what this podcast is kind of about. It's just guys getting together and shooting the shit about stuff. So appreciate you coming in. And today we had, or last night, the breaking news of today, I guess, is the Chris Cornell passing, which is, to me, that he is the ultimate voice of basically my generation in a way, I can't think of any other I can't think of any other singer or songwriter that has that range and has that talent that guy had. To me, he's just, with 2 different bands, his solo career, and and able to maintain that voice for so long too. And apparently, it looks like he may have committed suicide, which is just, I don't know, par for the course maybe in a way for some of these guys.
I don't know, man. By hanging, that's brutal, But unless it was accidental, like with Mike Hutchins.
Yeah, a little audio asphyxiation thing, or like Carradine.
Like it was like a sexual thing. Where
Carradine did the same thing too, didn't he?
Yeah. He accidentally hung himself in a bathroom.
Yeah, because I guess his wife. The news report I saw was his wife. He was talking to his wife at some point in the night, and then she called the band manager or something to go check on him. And then he went. The room was locked, and he had security go into the room, and they found him. So his wife had to call somebody else. So maybe he was, who knows? But man, just that guy was just a hell of a singer, man. I don't get like emotional about a lot of things when celebrities pass and stuff. I'm not really that kind of guy. But for some reason, like last night when I found out, I got home and I turned on my tablet, and it was like one of the first things that pop up, and I just started for like an hour. I was scrolling through YouTube, just listening to different songs of Audioslave and Soundgarden and his solo stuff and cover songs he did and things like that. And I just, I kind of fell into a trance almost listening to all that stuff.
He was in Temple of the Dog too, right?
Yeah, Temple of the Dog.
So it's three bands.
Yeah, 3 bands, and then his whole solo career, he had great solo albums. He did the Billie Jean cover of Michael Jackson.
Oh.
He did a Redemption song. He did a lot of covers and stuff like that. He did a lot of cool stuff, man. So
yeah, I saw that Nothing Compares to You cover.
Yeah,
that was floating around today too.
Yeah. I posted that on my Facebook like right away. That was one of the because I was like, man, this is a song that Prince wrote, and then for Sinead O'Connor, and then for him to sing, and he just does that song justice. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I remember all through the '90s, me and my ex-wife. That was like part of the soundtrack of our relationship. Was all that grunge scene and all that kind of music. And hearing him got me into that music. I was looking for something, and when I heard him, I found it. I was like, I needed something. I was tired of the hair bands and all that stuff. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I was looking for. So I appreciate all those bands, especially Soundgarden and Pearl Jam and so on. It was just a great time to listen to all that as it went on and progressed and evolved.
Yeah, sad. Scott Weiland was another huge
Mm-hmm.
talent during that time, and he's passed too. And I would say both of them were probably 2 of the best voices in rock and roll.
Oh, for sure. Scott Weiland, I went 2015.
Just a couple years ago.
Yeah. So
Lane Staley.
Sure.
Lane Staley. I mean, Cobain. You want to go back that far, but
I don't know if Cobain would be one of the best rock voices.
No, but yeah, I mean, still, it's
unique.
that same era and that same same kind of thing. But I lived in Seattle for about 9 months. It had to be like 93, 94. And, it was just, being up there and I got to see Pearl Jam at a small venue, like 200-seat venue. And it was cool to see them. They just came out and played acoustic at a little small venue. That was amazing. I did see Audioslave once in concert. I never saw Soundgarden. And, I mean, now it's, now I can't. So it's one of those other things that's, see them while you can, man, because you never know.
Yeah.
But, that guy just, for some reason, I don't know, like you said, man, his voice and the way he carried it it hit me. But then, maybe, hopefully it is an accidental thing. Hopefully it wasn't a, suicide or something like that. Because then it's just, I mean, man,
They were showing video of last night's performance in Detroit, and they said he seemed happy.
Yeah.
He was telling them how much he loved Detroit.
Yeah,
Great show.
he was yelling at the upper sections to stand up and like, stand up, motherfuckers, and I want you all on your feet, and you guys down here cheer him on for standing up, and like he was, he seemed up. It didn't seem like there was something, troubling him, or he wasn't this like goth type,
Yeah.
everything's going wrong, and I'm gonna sing really sad songs tonight. So I don't know, man.
Well, and that's I think what when you least expect it, that's when it hurts a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't seem like he was on that path.
No, yeah, and I don't think he's ever had problems with drugs or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure he probably partied, but not like Scott Weiland was, in and out of rehab and different things like that. So I mean, that you kind of understand. There's another aspect to it, and
Right.
he damaged his body because of his past stuff he was doing. But I never remember hearing anything about Chris Cornell about that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I think maybe some heroin use, but years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
Soundgarden days, but
Yeah, but that seems like that was just whatever he was doing at that time too. So it wasn't like he didn't carry it with him for years and years and years. It's,
Sounds like there's more to the story. We'll find out.
Yeah, exactly. We're not even 12 hours probably after, but
Yeah, I'm hoping no foul play or anything. You never know nowadays. I mean, it could be staged to something else and look like a suicide. But like I said, that's what the authorities will weed out and find out.
Yeah.
Well, when I first heard the story, I thought right away of NXS and Michael Hutchinson.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Yep.
when that happened, I was like, why would he kill himself? He was like on top of the world.
Yeah, exactly. That was another. He died. When did he die? In like
I want to say the late 90s.
late 90s? Yeah,
I'll have
mid
to
to
look
late
it up.
90s. Yeah. Yeah, he was. NXS was one of those bands. They had a lot of hits, man. Like that. I can't think of that one album, but man, they had a lot of hits. Kick, yeah. Kick had a lot of hits, dude. I had that on cassette, man.
Everybody had that on cassette.
Devil Inside. And,
Well, the fact that he put a skateboarder on the front,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, sweet, this got to be a good record right here.
Yeah, it was. And it was like colorful too. It was like it wasn't just like this drab. Whatever. It was like really kind of colorful, kind of like the UB40 albums of the same time period. Like it was really kind of popped out at you.
had good videos. So they're
Yep.
I mean, you go back, if you look at all their repertoire, sometimes you'll hear a song and you're like, oh man, I forgot NXS did that
exactly.
song.
Yeah.
You hear it like,
That's a band I forgot. I mean, that's like you said, that's one of those bands you forget about that you just doesn't pop up in my everyday. I don't think it's on my spot on my workout mix even, which I need to add that now. So
yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so normally we talk politics and sports and stuff like that. But I mean, you want to talk some politics or not?
I'm always down for politics.
Right,
I mean, I don't think anybody's going to get hurt feelings.
No,
Brandon's not here.
Yeah, Brandon's not here.
I think Brandon, if you're listening, you're a closet Republican.
Yeah, he's definitely not as far liberal left as he tries to claim to be.
I think he's liberal because he thinks it's cool to be liberal.
Yeah. Well, he's still young.
Yeah.
He's still in his 20s.
We have to just help him define how to be socially liberal and fiscally conservative. I think it'll happen with age.
He's got to become a libertarian. So, yeah, it was funny the other day we were talking on the podcast. And he was talking, like getting somebody else, from the non-Republican, non-Democrat party. And I'm like, yeah, like libertarian, independent. And he mentions Green Party. Yeah. So I'm like, because he wants to go even, extreme kind of thing on that. But I don't know. So, yeah, the Comey-Trump thing is still going on with that special prosecutor now they announced, which I think is a good thing in a way. It's going to, in a way, because then it's just one thing is going to focus on it now and, come to find out what's actually going on. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's just protocol because, when I look at the White House and I mean, it's a witch hunt for Trump. I mean, they're all the news medias and everybody's just trying to find something with this dude, but he's just trying to handle business. I don't think he was up to any with Comey and with the whole the Russians thing, and they're trying to find ties and they're just looking for something, and it's unfortunate.
It's the boy cried wolf syndrome, I think, that the media has. It's any little thing and they're going to go after it.
Right.
And they go after it full bore. And then it comes to find out, like I guess it was earlier in the month, like May, I don't know, I think in the first part of May, Comey testified and basically said that, like a direct question was asked him, has anybody from the White House or something like that basically encouraged you to not pursue any avenues into this investigation? He goes, that would be a very serious, very bad thing that happened. That would be extremely bad thing to have happen. And he goes, as far as I am concerned, nobody's ever said that or done anything to impede this investigation. So he's already said that under oath, but now his notes or memos that he wrote are supposedly from the New York Times or Washington Post releasing that story about that it's not that. But if he said it under oath, you got to take his word under oath. So I don't know. Like I said, I think there's a lot of smoke and no fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. Exactly what you said. This whole thing is the ties to Russia. I think is all silly, and they said the president has the authority to declassify information.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
if he decided to tell I think Ann Coulter said it best. I don't have the quote, but I think it was like, what we found out was there was people from the Middle East bringing laptops on planes and wanting to blow them up. Great. We knew that already.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, let's move on.
Yeah.
Even celebrities are coming out and saying, just let him try to do a good job. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, give him a chance. Like, we're already in this.
If he's going to fail, let him fail on something that he's really going to fail on, not trying to jump on every little thing. I don't know. I can't.
Well, and the extreme Democrats are, they're trying to impeach Trump, and then you hear some other people say, well, is Pence that much better?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think about that. Like, what you're proving a point by getting Trump out of office, but
Yeah.
I think you'd be more. I think Pence is probably even more neocon.
Oh, for sure.
More conservative, and it could be just a backfire for them. So.
And Pence is a politician first. He's a career politician.
Oh yeah.
That's what he does. I mean, that's.
I think Trump as I think the best, and somebody said it a while ago. He is the negotiator in chief, and if you're willing to come across and reach across the aisle and work with him on things, I think he's definitely willing to do it. He's definitely willing to work with Democrats and independents and Republicans and come together on something that moves the country forward. I really do believe that he can be that guy.
Yeah.
There's just so polar opposites because of ideology and politics, and I don't know. Obviously some of the things he says are harsh, but it's, I don't know. He's also a showman, so I don't. And it just. And I always told people, he's like, we're going to build the wall, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're going to ban all these people. And I've always said, like, if you ever read The Art of the Deal, his book, it's if you need, if I needed a loan from the bank, I'm going to go and ask for $100,000 when I only need 10. And they're going to, well, we can't give you 100, but we can give you 50. And then I'm going to take that 50 and be like, that's 40 more than what I really needed. So that's his negotiation skills. He says we're going to ban everybody, and then he's going to negotiate that down to what actually is going to work.
Sure.
So I don't know. It's just give the guy a chance, man.
Yeah, it's tough to watch the news right now. Just got to keep it off. Stay focused on my own game for a while.
Especially when there's bigger issues going on. The first thing, North Korea.
Yeah,
there's the country on that. That's a real problem.
Yeah, there's things in the world that are affecting us more than if Trump may have said to Comey, hey, is Flynn really in that much trouble? Like, he was just talking guy to guy. He wasn't being a politician. He wasn't being even if he said it or didn't say it. But I don't know. It's just silly to me.
It's just locker room talk.
Yeah, exactly.
It's something that could wait. I mean, look at it later on. But first, we got to deal with these these knuckleheads in North Korea and whatnot, because that's the biggest problem.
Yeah. So, yeah, who knows? Anyway, so we have that's a little bit of politics, I guess, for us. But, we got sports are still going on. So Cleveland put one on Boston last night, it looked like, huh?
Annihilation, yeah. LeBron was on point. The whole team was but it's, one game. Game 2 is, playoffs are a game of adjustments from game to game. Boston can make an adjustment and win game 2, and
but to take one in Boston, take one right, and to win the first game right out of the gate, and after Cleveland was sitting for a while too. Yeah, which is sometimes you get a little rust on you, but
we'll see. I mean, it's I don't want to give them the trophy yet. It'll play out. I'd be surprised if it's a sweep. I think Boston's tough enough to get a game or two at least, but Cleveland is rolling, and so is Golden State in the Western Division, but both series, I think, will get interesting, because this is the time where you do have the best 4 teams right now playing.
Yeah, for sure.
And it sounds like Lakers were able to keep their picks. They were in
the number 2 spot.
Number 2 and 28 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So sounds like
LeVar Ball might be coming a Laker.
Is it Alonzo or Ball?
Lonzo. Yeah.
LeVar's the dad. I think he wants. I think LeVar wants it to become a Laker.
Yeah. He was on the news talking about that today.
He's. I'm gonna say it. I think he's Black Trump.
Okay.
He runs his mouth on a bunch of shit, and none of it makes sense. I think he might be. I think LeVar Ball might be Black Trump.
I'm not going to comment because there's a black man sitting next to me.
That's why I said it. I want his response. He's laughing, so
that'll be a great Chappelle skit. Yeah. Black Trump.
Black Trump. Black Trump.
Oil.
You cooking?
That.
Don't drop it.
So. I guess there's some news report that said that Lonzo's only going to work out with the Lakers.
Yeah.
So, he's doing the John Elway, like, what's he going to say? He's going to go play baseball instead now or something?
Boston will get the first pick, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But they don't need his type of player, right?
Yeah, his skill set, because you got Isaiah Thomas, so you already got a point guard. They're projected to take the kid from Washington University, is a guard/forward. I like the kid from Kentucky, Fox. He's a hard player. He can put the ball on the floor. He got range, and I mean, any one of the top, I'd say the top 10 picks are pretty good players. And after that, it thins out a little bit. But either way, you're going to come up with a, outstanding player that's going to be in the league for a long time.
And the Lakers need that excitement.
Yeah.
Oh, the hometown
the
excitement.
hometown guy.
Kid.
I think that would. Yeah,
It's almost like a farm team. The kid
Yeah.
grew up in the area, and Lakers need that magic again.
he grew up in the area. He went to college in the area, even if it was only for less than 9 months. But and then he, and then play for the local team.
Yeah.
It's got to be, it's a feel good story. So.
Oh, yeah. And they're bringing in Kobe as a consultant to work in the front office, so that's going to be also good. And hopefully we get Paul George, one of the better free agents this year. So
So Lakers may win 30 games next year.
Oh, they'll get in the playoffs.
Really?
They'll make the playoffs next year. Yeah.
Making the playoffs next year. All right.
It's a thing with basketball. You got the two dominant franchises, the Lakers and the Celtics, two most storied franchise. The Celtics are good now. It's going to be good for the league if the Lakers are good too.
Yeah.
That's just the way, it's still put
So you're
butts
saying
in
the
the
league
seats.
is going to make sure the Lakers get in the playoffs is what you're saying. You're going to go with my sports conspiracy on this?
To a point, marketing-wise, it'll if you see them get some good calls in the fourth quarter of close games, don't be surprised. But their talent's getting better every year, and they're coming along, so they can. I'll be surprised if they don't make the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but at least get in next year.
All right. And then in hockey, we still have the Ottawa and Penguins, and Ottawa put it on them yesterday with 5-0 in that game. So I originally said that the Penguins are going to win everything, but man, they're in a hole right now. They're not looking too good. Mm-hmm. And then the Ducks and the Nashville Predators are playing again tonight. Nashville's up 2-1 in that series and playing again at Nashville.
Series.
So
that's a good series.
It's a good series. Like I said, I still don't think the Ducks are that good of a team, and I have my sports conspiracies about them, so we don't need to get into that. But your Angels are playing well.
Yeah, they had a good game last night.
Trout's what, 6 home runs in 7 games, or 5 home runs in 7 games, or something like that, since he's been back.
Yeah,
well, I think we put on 11 runs last night.
Yep.
12.
12.
It was 12.
Okay.
The final was 12-8. Yeah. It was 4-4 in the 6th, and then you guys ended up 12-8 was the final.
Yeah,
but
12-8,
but Chicago was coming back at the end. They definitely scored. I mean, they scored 4 runs in the last 2 innings. So
it's fun to watch baseball like that.
Yeah, it is. When they're scoring and things are happening. I was actually at a bar down in Orange County last night, right across the street, basically from the stadium. Down the street, with a friend of ours, and we were watching the game there, and there were a few people coming in and out and stuff wearing Angel stuff, and they were clearly at the game, and then they came in and they go, we're ahead now, because they left when it was tied. And then these other guys, 5 or 6 guys, were sitting behind us, and they were all they were saying that oh wait, Chicago's coming back, what's going on? They were and then the end of the game, they were all drinking, and all of a sudden the end of the game, they're doing interviews after the game. They turn and look at the TV and go, "Hey, we won!" Hey, they're all cheering. It's yeah, you guys are real fans. leaving the 6th and find out that you've finally won. When they're doing interviews after the game.
Well, most people leave in the 7th just because they stopped serving beer. But
yeah, Angel fans, you guys show up in the 3rd and leave in the 7th, right? Is that how it works down there?
I couldn't find parking.
Yeah, it's traffic.
I noticed one adjustment the last 2 games. Scioscia put Cameron Maben, the left fielder, the one really quick, in the leadoff spot.
Oh yeah.
And so the last 2 games they've put up, I think 19 runs in 2 games. So maybe that's the adjustment that needed to be made.
He's fast, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
He can fly.
Used to get free wings at Hooters if they
scored 10 runs. Dodgers do the same thing. Yeah.
They still do that?
I don't know. But I know
last night would have been one of those
nights. Last night would have been one of those nights. Yeah. Bring your tickets. I actually.
Which bar were you at?
It was called the Pump Room.
Okay. All right.
You familiar with it?
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. It's a bikini bar in Orange, and we went there. I took Ellis and our friend Kevin there after. We went to an Angel game last July or August, I think we went together.
Yeah, it was about that time. Yeah,
that we saw. I think it was it was right at the trade deadline, I think. So it might have been right first part of August or something like that. So
I think it was the Red Sox one because
Red Sox were
Big Poppy's last game
in Anaheim. Yeah. So we went. We left there, and I took them to one bikini bar that's across the street, which was done on a Bar Rescue had done it.
Oh, is that Extremes?
Second Base. Yeah, it was Extremes, and now it's called Second Base.
I remember that. Yeah.
So the bar rescue came in and did that place, and I used to go there
Twice, right?
Yeah, he came in twice. Well, he tried to do it twice. It failed the second time. He left and was just like, I'm not doing this. But that's who knows? That could be all written in too.
Part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Dramatics.
Yeah. So, but they so when it was Extremes years ago, I mean, I'm talking 6, 7, 8 years ago. A friend of mine, a girlfriend of mine, actually used to live down the street from there, and her kind of boyfriend at the time, he loved going there. Like that was his spot, and he actually unfortunately died of a disease hit him, and he went really quick, and nobody knew about it, and so it was kind of rough. But we used to go to that bar and hang out with him there, and she loved it. Like she loved that spot. Like even with a girl going into a bikini bar, she was like, "No, this place is cool." And it was cool for a while, and then it just went really downhill. Like it definitely, like you walked in that place and it smelled bad. Like you can smell like things just weren't clean. Like you definitely didn't want to eat there. You definitely didn't want to get a mixed drink there. Like just give me a beer and hopefully the glass is clean, and hopefully there's enough alcohol in that beer to kill whatever's in it. I mean that's. So it got bad for a while.
Give me with the cap on it, and I'll open it myself.
Yeah, I'll just drink out of the bottle now. But. So yeah, it was kind of it was running down, and they tried to do some things. They bring in like a DJ and made like a hip hop night, and they tried to do different things on it, and it just never really picked up. And then the bar rescue came in and changed the name, simplified their menu, did all that kind of stuff. But that owner, I guess, owned another bar at the same time, and he still does. And I guess he just focuses more on that other bar and lets this one sit. So I think he uses his tax write off on this one, and then has a successful bar somewhere else, and. And then, but there's a place across the street that's called the Pump Room, and it's a hole in the wall dive bar, like 2 or 3 pool tables in there. It's a cool little bikini bar. The girls are cool. The management's cool. I know a lot of people there. But what's cool about that bar as a bikini bar is when you sit at the bar, old school dive bar style bar, mixed drinks, beer, everything. But on the lower side, so as you're facing the bar, if you look down like the well, like you have the beer and stuff, the taps in front of you, and then below that, like on the kicker plate underneath, it's a slanted mirror. So when the girls are walking back and forth, you can look in the mirror and see their butts. So it's kind of a creative thing that they did, and so we took our friend down there, and he's now became a regular. Kevin. Kevin's there at least twice a week since last July or August when we went.
Got his own chair and everything.
Let's go bust.
Yeah, he's got.
We'll record the next podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do a remote. But so last night I happened to have to drop something off for a friend down in that area, and I texted him. I said, "Hey, who's working down there? I'm going to be right down the street." And he goes, "Well, I'll come meet you down there." I'm like, "All right." So he met me down there, and so we had a good time with him last night. And but yeah, he likes it. So, and that place actually owns. There's Pump Room. There's a place in Huntington Beach called Max's, which is now they're doing like bikini. And there's another place. I think they own like 3 places, and a lot of the girls work at multiple places. So, but Kevin is now on the Orange County bikini bar circuit. So he goes to about 4 or 5 of them, I think, down there now. Wow. So he's a lonely old man that's hooked on a bikini bar.
He's a card-carrying member.
Yes, he is.
Nice guy, though.
But yeah, he's a great guy.
Good guy, yeah.
Yeah, he'll be.
It's good times.
We'll get to see him tonight too. So we have a event going on tonight with a manager of the Tilted Kilt that we all met at. It's his last night, so we're gonna go and enjoy. Go do a little roast of him and memories, and sing some karaoke and stuff and stuff like that. So it'll be good to see.
How many Soundgardens are we gonna hear?
Yeah, it's gonna be probably a lot of Soundgarden. Yeah.
Fell on Black Days.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of Soundgarden. I'm hoping nobody does that and just like
kills it.
Play, and like totally ruin the song. Like just let the music in between the karaoke songs. The KJ can play those songs.
Oh right, no,
but not have somebody actually sing sound because nobody's going to sing like him.
I can kind of sing like him.
Yeah, we've seen you sing karaoke. you go full 80s when you sing too. You get your dance moves going, and you get your group. You get the white boy dance moves. So
it's all acting.
Yeah, you're electric boogaloo over here, man.
That was after shots of Jägermeister.
Yeah. Which you after your Heineken on draft now.
Oh yeah.
They keep trying to sell you that.
I left my cardboard at home. I gotta go get that.
Yeah, and your parachute pants.
Well, I was gonna share this podcast, but now I have to keep it private.
Now okay.
You bust me like that.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
It's good.
But so it'll be a good time down there tonight.
So is the pump room due for a bar rescue?
No, the pump room's doing great actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's
Pretty clean.
they're
Clean.
like Wednesday night. I mean, they're on a Wednesday night. They're doing really well. Yeah, it's clean. It's definitely clean. They don't have food. It's just alcohol.
Yeah.
No, which is better. It's a dive bar. You don't need to do food.
Got some TVs and see the game.
Yeah, there's quite a few TVs in there. Like I said, 3 pool tables. I think they do free pool a couple days a week, and otherwise it's a buck a game or whatever it is. So it's pretty cheap. But there's a lot of girls that come in there too. It's not like it's just a bunch of fucking 50-year-old dudes sitting in there, 60-year-old dudes sitting in there.
It's a diverse crowd.
It's definitely it's definitely a diverse crowd, and it's actually a really friendly place, man. So I've never had. There's one manager, like bouncer kind of guy that works there, busboy, whatever he does. He's like 6'9" or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's a tall dude. Yeah.
He's a cool dude, man. Like I've never met any of the bouncers, managers, all that. They're all cool. They're all friendly. Like, they got a couple beer. They got a couple craft IPAs, so that works for me. They make good cocktails. They do specials, and it's cheap too. It's not, it's relatively inexpensive for your beer and your drinks and stuff like that. So. But they're in a good location. But second base is still there, right across the street. They still have they're still in business, but it's just not the. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. But I did that night. I took those guys to second base first. And I was like, man, this place did bar rescue. We all just went in and had like one beer.
Yeah.
And I think I ordered a Corona in a bottle that night because I still didn't trust that place. And then I said, well, let me take you to the place across the street. It's a nicer, better, cool. It's a better vibe, and that's Pump Room. So.
John Taffer redid a bar by my house, the Canyon Inn.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, I've seen that one, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's funny because they'll go in and make all these changes, and a lot of times the owners, they like change the changes.
Yeah, they'll change. They'll go back to their old name.
Pull the signs down and change the menu back, and it's like.
So I heard a story that there's a bar that was it was Friar Tuck's up in North Pomona there, and he did that one, and they changed it into, I forgot what, it's some like almost Bavarian style German like Brathaus kind of place or something like that, and they actually had. The food was kind of good. I remember I had some brat or something in there. It was kind of good. They had, different their menu, specialized menu that they only had, 6 items on or something like that. And they always had good beer. But when it was Friar Tuck's, we used to go there a lot. Friends' bands used to play there, and it was just a dive bar to us. And then he did that place, and I heard from the owners of that place that Taffer and Bar Rescue, he gets 20%.
Oh, interest of all. Future earnings. Wow. Interesting.
Future earnings.
20%.
So 20%, which is huge in the restaurant industry.
Wow.
So he gets 20%. So you have to buy his point of sale system, his
Taffer TV.
Taffer, you have to get you have to go through his thing to so a lot of his supplies, and then he'll even change your suppliers for things because he's going to get a kickback probably from whatever food supplier, whatever alcohol distributor you have, things like that. He's made these deals because he's been in business so long he can do that.
Yeah.
But he gets 20%.
Dang. Okay, so we need to come up with our own show and charge him 10.
10, yeah. Well, and the thing is, and that's why these places that if they go back or they go out, like that place, Friar Tuck's is now, they went what they did is they went out of business. So they're completely out of business now because they went back.
Is it closed?
Yeah, it's completely closed now. But I've heard that other stores, what they've done is they've sold the store. They've gone out of business and sold the store to somebody else. And they've sell it to like a relative for like $1 and do like that kind of deal.
Just to get out of the contract.
Just to get out of the contract. Because 20% is huge. But you get all your new equipment, new things, and stuff like that.
He spends a bunch of money.
But he's getting commercial,
advertisers.
Commercial advertisers and things like that. He's on TV, so they have a budget. Yeah. And they're but I heard 20% is what he gets.
Wow. Man. Good for him.
So,
He's a Vegas guy.
Oh, yeah.
I remember in Vegas, I lived in Vegas for a while, and John Taffer was running the bar scene out there.
Yep. So, and the system he has, it's a simple system. It really is.
It's an entertaining show.
It is. Yeah.
I always enjoy
definitely entertaining show. And what he does, it's very simple stuff. It's very simplistic, and they make the menu simple. They make their basic drink menu simple, and it's just doing basics. And it's it's easy to get an A rating on your restaurant card. For your health inspection. When I ran a restaurant, I think the lowest grade I ever had was 97%. So, nice. And then I was missed when my mom died. I missed about a month or two taking care of stuff, and I came back and they had like a 91%, and I was furious because they almost didn't get an A. I was pissed off that my staff didn't continue the standards that when the cat's away, the mice will play. So, But yeah. So yeah, we need to figure out something to do 10% and
No
do
kidding.
the same
Kitchen rescue or
restaurant consultants type thing.
bikini bar rescue.
There we go. Yeah,
Just specialize.
we know we have an inside guy already.
Yeah, Kevin. Covert ops, Kevin.
Yeah, but anyway, so since we're talking about restaurants, let's we'll show a little plug here to Mountain Mike's Pizza, right?
Yeah, man.
So tell us about that.
Well, 150 locations in California, Nevada, and Utah. And we got one here in Chino on Schaefer and Euclid. And I've been doing business with the owner for about 5 years. And last year he came to me and he actually wanted to sell. He said, I'm thinking about selling the whole thing. And he positioned me. He said, do you want in? And I said, well, I don't want the whole thing.
Whole thing, yeah.
I've never worked in a restaurant. I don't know how to run a restaurant. So I said, well, why don't we do this? Why don't I just come in at 25% for the first year and take over the books, clean up, renegotiate the lease. Labor was at 30%. I got it down to 20%.
Right.
Renegotiate food costs and stuff. So I came in last year. We signed a contract and I became a minority owner, 25% first year, and then we'll reevaluate this next year. And then if he wants more equity position, then I can come in and buy a little bit more percentage, or we can just keep it the way it is. We're not really sure. I thought it was just it was like a Shark Tank moment.
Yeah.
When he came to me and we negotiated.
Well, you get your feet wet a little bit in it too, and that gives you that, as far as how the restaurant industry runs. Yeah. So it gives you, without being fully committed.
I've got my son working there. I mean, I already did all their insurance and their financials and their work comp.
Yeah.
And I was already a business partner. I do a lot of restaurants.
Okay.
I've got Chronic Tacos, a couple Lucille's. I was working with Tilt to Kilt for a while.
Yeah.
Man, I got Cold Stone, Baja Fresh.
All right.
So it's kind of like I enjoy going to restaurants, and when I like one, I'll say, hey, who handles this, and then I have services that's how I get in with these places. But
all right.
It's a good place. You should come join us.
It's
Ellis has been there a couple times.
Good food. My daughter went there.
Yeah. And you took a lady friend there once too.
Yes, I took a lady friend.
Ellis and his lady friends, man.
Yeah.
If his lady friends start listening to this podcast, he's in more trouble than Kevin is when all these bikini bars find out that he's moonlighting on them.
I was there that night. You guys behaved yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a good salad bar.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Got a few beers.
All right.
It's a family restaurant. Some games for the kids. We've got
so
all
is it more
on.
sit down or more like takeaway or delivery?
It's a sit down restaurant. It's
okay.
I guess you could compare it to like a lamppost pizza or
like a numero uno or a round table in a way.
Maybe. Yeah, round table but cleaner and brighter.
Okay.
Fresher.
Clean round table.
Clean round table. A lot of people order to go. We've got a couple delivery drivers. We do a little bit of delivery, but I would say most people come in for the dining experience.
Okay.
Yeah, because like the kids will play. A lot of team sports come in.
Yeah.
We do a lot of sponsorships with the schools, so it's just a nice way to diversify my portfolio and get involved in other things. I need multiple sources of income, and I get distracted easily, so I have multiple businesses that I need to kind of, whether it be produce an independent film or run a pizza place or an insurance agency. I can't do the same thing every day. It would drive me nuts.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So Mountain Mike's Pizza on Euclid and Schaefer, right?
That's right.
All right.
Come on in.
And it's in a Stater Brothers Albertson Center.
Stater
Is that
Brothers.
what it's at right there? Okay.
Yeah, Stater Brothers.
Yep.
Okay. So there you go. It's hard to miss.
Yeah, we got a little competition now. There's a new restaurant that opened in the same center that has a full bar. We don't have a full bar. It's called Schaefer's Food and Drink, I think. Yeah, they just opened like a couple weeks ago, and so we're kind of like seeing how that's changing our forecast and if it's going to help us or hurt us. But
it'll probably help in the long run. If it's going to be a good place, it's going to bring people in, and then people see that you're there, and then people see that it's there. Restaurants, businesses want to be around other like businesses.
Well, it's good just to have growth. It's good to just see. I mean, there's 2 more footprints in that plaza that could support, like a a Chili's or another drive-through. So
Okay.
I would love to see that center continue to grow. They're putting
Yeah.
houses up everywhere.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
So and there's nowhere else to grocery shop. That's the only Stater Brothers around. So
they were smart to anchor there.
I was gonna put an office there. Originally there was a space open, and I was thinking about putting in another insurance office in there. But I decided to invest in something else. But yeah, man, that's like the only center in the area. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a family friend that lives literally like basically right behind you guys. Probably they're like right off of San Antonio and Schaefer basically. So they're right around the corner.
yeah,
So all right,
yeah, man.
yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out someday when I'm
One of these days,
out that way.
Once we get some craft beers for you.
Yeah, I can not drink one day,
Hey, that's
or I could bring my own maybe.
yeah. I don't have a problem with it.
I'll brown bag it.
Beer in a bucket.
People have done that before, believe it or not.
You do a corking fee?
We have this regular named Gary. He comes in and we ran out of his beer one time, so he went next to Stater
So
Brothers.
everybody's
He brought his own beer in.
just charge them a corking fee. That works. Right?
I felt bad. All the kids, the kids that work there, they didn't know what to say. What
Yeah.
are they gonna say to this guy? He goes in there every night, so it's like
Yeah.
somebody eventually said, "I don't think you can do that, Gary." What? Why not? So it's pretty funny.
That's what I said. You just got to charge a corking fee, like it's
Corking
like
fee.
a bottle of a fine bottle of wine that somebody brings themselves.
Yeah, $5 corking fee.
$5 corking fee for the 6-pack of whatever you're going to end up drinking.
Yeah.
That's funny. Is he the guy that comes in and sits and watches sports? And you guys just hand him the remote so he can change the TV when he wants?
No, we don't give him that much control, but he's a really good guy. He comes in he's got a lady friend that he brings in there quite a bit, and he's a river rat. He goes out to the river every weekend. He comes in. We've got a lot of regulars. We've got a lot of people that come in like every Thursday or every Friday. Like you get
you'll get that.
You have that. Oh, it's pizza night.
Yeah.
So we see the same faces on similar
regular,
days.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, that's good.
Yeah, we have a buffet during the daytime, and then we have a buffet night on Wednesday night.
All right.
So one of these days you'll have to drive out that way.
Yep. I have to pass like 7 pizza places to get there, but yeah, I'll come out and check you guys out.
Well, Ellis has been out there like 3 times, I think.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
All right. Twist my arm. Should have brought some in today, man.
I mean, it's pizza.
Yeah, true. Can't really do. You
Well,
can't do
we
pizza
could.
wrong, but
Yeah, we
yeah,
could.
most places don't.
It's not a Little Caesars. This is gourmet.
It's not cardboard pizza.
It's definitely designer pizza. It's
Okay.
fresh ingredients, never frozen, all like really superior products. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't have invested in this franchise if I didn't think.
We didn't
There-
think it was a
yeah.
successful model already.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Where's the other locations close to here?
Oh man.
Rancho.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Okay.
Corona, Lake Forest. The expansion is heavy into
Oh, yeah?
SoCal, big time.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of franchises I've been reading
Yeah.
are trying to expand into the SoCal market. I mean, we were talking about that article about In-N-Out and Five Guys.
Five Guys burgers. Yeah.
And I couldn't tell you where a Five Guys was. I could tell you where every single In-N-Out is.
Yeah.
But now I want to open a Five Guys.
Yeah. I know about where I think about 3 Five Guys are at.
And Corona.
Yeah, and then there's
Dos
one
Locos.
in Fullerton. There's one in like Anaheim Hills. I think there's one out in Rancho as well. So they're good. Like I was saying the other night.
Where's the one in Anaheim Hills?
It might be considered Santa Ana over there or
okay.
something like that, or not Ana, because it's I think it's off of Tustin and like
yeah.
Chapman or something like that. I think it's over by there.
No, it's Tustin and Catella. You're right. There is one there. It's next to a Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, and it's on the corner.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
It's like I think there's like a Ross or some other. It's like a little mini
TJ Maxx or something.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
something in
you're
that
right.
center. There's like businesses on the south side and the east
Yep.
side of that.
I know what you're talking about.
Right there. So
I'll have to go check it out.
They actually got voted over In-N-Out for the top burger.
well, and I don't know. Yeah, I mean this is the article we were talking about, and I don't know. I didn't vote, so I don't really consider that a good poll.
Yeah, I mean, who
Who
did
voted?
vote?
Yeah. I mean,
in the nation. How do you
in the nation, and Five Guys started in the East Coast. So if there was an East Coast, they voted in New Jersey. So like, yeah, we've never had it In-N-Out. So yeah, we're gonna
And
vote here.
In-N-Out is pretty much a West Coast brand, anyways. I mean,
Well, they're in
the furthest one is in Texas. I think.
Texas now. I think they're going to open in. I think even on Idaho. I heard they're building a distribution plant up because In-N-Out's thing is their drivers are within 24 hours of their distribution centers, so all their ingredients is fresh as well. So I know they have a distribution center it's either in Arizona or in Texas now, and that's why they went to Texas. But I think they're opening one in Idaho because they want to expand into like Idaho, maybe Montana, the Western Washington, Oregon, things like that. So I remember when they were just in and out of Southern California. Yeah. That was that was their logo. In and out of Southern California. So
yeah. Did they hit Vegas eventually?
Yeah,
Vegas eventually, and then they started creeping into Northern California. They're all the way up to the border now. They're up in Sacramento and Stockton and Oakland, and they're all the way up to in Oregon, I think now too, even so, and maybe even Washington State eventually. So
have you watched The Founder yet?
No, I have not watched it.
Dude.
I know you just
you gotta
give me 48 hours, man. Like, give me some time.
It was a few nights ago.
No, I have. It's on
Netflix.
it's on.
Yeah, check it out. It's a really good film. I highly recommend it. I've never been a fan of McDonald's, but it's the story of Ray Kroc.
And
he met the original creators of McDonald's here in Barstow or Bakersfield.
San Bernardino.
Yeah, it's a really good film. I highly recommend it. It goes by really quick. It's well done.
Now, was it a separate guy who invented the actual Big Mac?
They didn't really talk about that.
Because that guy just passed away like a month or two ago.
But they talked about the Royale with cheese.
Okay.
What? They speak English in?
Because we was at Big Kahuna Burger.
The Big Kahuna Burger, yep.
It's a tasty burger.
That's a tasty burger.
Yeah, I didn't go to Burger King. Yeah, you got to watch it, man.
What do they call a Whopper? I don't know. I didn't go to Burger King.
Just call it Whopper.
I didn't eat McDonald's for about 3 years, and when I went to France, I ended up specifically ordering a Royale with cheese because of that.
When you're in Europe and you see McDonald's, it's
it's so
finally, because you're hungry all the time. Like you're traveling, and they don't eat like we eat.
No.
In Europe, they barely ever eat.
Yeah,
they drink coffee and they sleep, and they have like one meal a day. So they don't eat like how we eat.
It's different because I've been to McDonald's in probably about 3 or 4 continents. And in Europe and even in Russia, the McDonald's is totally different. Like in Russia, in Moscow, and in London, they have walk-up windows. You can go inside or just go to the walk-up window and get your food to go. And it's just, you get it quick. And it's only like, they only sell you like the number 1 or number 2 meal at the walk-up window.
Yeah.
And it's like cash only. There's only 2 choices you can get. But you can go inside, get the whole meal, get the whole, pay whatever you want, get the whole menu. But it's weird, like and they're busy.
Yeah,
it's like a weird thing to me, man.
Well, watching this movie, it was interesting because it started off with they only did burgers, fries, and shakes.
Yeah,
and that was all they did. And
Yep.
and orange drink. In the movie, you see orange drink.
Orange drink.
That's it. Orange drink. That's all they offered, and it reminded me of the simplicity of In-N-Out.
Yeah,
and it made me think McDonald's really screwed up by offering all this crazy stuff, like the chicken nuggets and all the they all of a sudden they want to sell salads and fraps, and I mean they made all these burgers complicated.
Yeah, you get wraps, you get like all kinds of different,
and they lost their core customer. I mean because those simplistic consumers are going to In-N-Out now. Watch the movie and let me know if you if you feel it's the same way. I
agree, but McDonald's isn't hurting right now either.
They're definitely not what they were. There's McDonald's closing.
Yeah,
they're not growing the way they used to.
But for a time to franchise at McDonald's, I think $500,000 at one time, and it was a 2-year wait list.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was probably back in the early 90s or something like that. I mean, they were definitely they're not hurting that much.
Well, I thought I read something that said that Starbucks outgrew McDonald's. Like there's more Starbucks now.
But Starbucks is closing stores now.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, in Seattle, there's one intersection in Seattle where there's a Starbucks on all 4 corners.
Oh, really?
And their whole reason behind it is no matter which way you travel, then you have an easy way in and an easy way out of that Starbucks. You don't have to cross the street or make a left turn. So no matter where you're traveling east or west or north or south, you can go into the convenient McDonald's. It's on like your near corner. So you can get in and then get back out easy.
Yeah.
I think in Chicago they're building a Starbucks like superstore.
Oh.
Like a 3-story Starbucks. And they're gonna show like how it's like where they store it, how they make it, and it's like a experiment they're doing. It's like a super all-purpose.
Well, I've been to like 2-story McDonald's and 2-story Burger King. There's 2-story Burger Kings in New York and stuff like that. There's a Starbucks in a mega church somewhere in Texas.
Yeah, that's cool.
In a church.
Yeah, There's the Starbucks at Downtown Disney, I guess, is the number one Starbucks of all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of all the
Sales-wise?
locations that just gets so much volume.
Yeah.
And they were the first store to offer alcohol.
Okay.
They were selling beer and wine for a
Yeah,
while.
I noticed that on Saturday when we went to the Tilted Kilt in Orange. There's a Starbucks
Yeah.
right next to it.
Yeah.
And I noticed there that they had alcohol there. I don't think I'd ever realized that.
Yeah, they pulled it. The one in Downtown Disney actually pulled it. They just weren't selling enough.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I guess I understand why they would want to do it, just to get that to more volume and more things to offer. But
Yeah, I've seen them on college campuses and whatnot, and this, it's going to target the college kids.
Well, I've had that. UC Irvine has an In-N-Out. They have a Del Taco and a Starbucks all on campus.
Yeah.
Cal State Florida has a Carl's Jr., I think, or used to have a Carl's Jr. inside the student union.
yeah,
So I mean, there's stuff like your big campuses are going to do that, but
yeah,
but Starbucks in a church, that's a little
yeah, blasphemous.
I don't know,
Yeah,
a little corporate
Well,
America
marketing
versus
isn't Starbucks run by Jews?
I don't know.
And then to have it in a Catholic church or Christian church.
I have no idea who it's run
You
by.
go on the East Coast and it's all Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, well,
And
Dunkin'
that's
Donuts
wild.
used to be out here,
Oh.
and then now they're coming back, I guess.
There's one in Villa Park.
Yeah, but they used to be all over the place out here. And a lot of people say Dunkin' Donuts coffee is better than Starbucks coffee, like the
Yeah.
basic, Dunkin' Donuts
Just like the
quick
drip.
K-cup kind of things or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
That's because Starbucks made their signature drip, the Pikes Peak, which was their original coffee, I guess, that they started
Yeah.
with in the 70s or something.
all right.
I'm not feeling it.
I don't drink coffee, so
Oh, I'm more of a Verona guy or green tea.
yeah, I don't drink. I don't drink coffee, iced coffee, regular coffee. I don't really drink hot drinks either, like tea,
You don't like the
hot
taste
chocolate.
of it?
I don't like hot drinks even, like hot chocolate, hot tea, hot coffee. None, and I don't like the taste of coffee. I don't mind the smell of it. I think roasted coffee smells great, but I
Yeah.
just don't like. I've never acquired a taste for it.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't get a taste for it until I was older in life.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know if it was a Starbucks thing or I forgot what I was gonna mention about. We're on this topic, but I lost it. Whatever.
That's all right. We can move
It
on.
happens. But yeah, we got a few minutes left. What's you guys have anything coming up? Projects, or you have that project that you are alluding to, but you want to plug it later.
Yeah, we'll
But
plug it later.
What else do you have coming up? Anything?
Oh man,
Any travel plans?
Yep.
Anything like that?
I'm let's see. I'm gonna be in Hawaii for 2 weeks in August.
All right.
So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to. I was gonna say we got some good movies coming out.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
New Pirates is coming out.
Yeah, we touched on this on
New Wonder Woman.
Monday's podcast a little bit, but yeah, we can bring you on this. Yeah,
Oh,
the
it's all
new.
good.
Yeah, well, today today or tomorrow the Aliens Covenant opens.
Yeah, you're a big Alien fan.
I'm a big Alien fan. I'm a big So
I
that
think
one,
it
I'm
actually. You
looking
can
forward to
see
that.
it tonight at Harkins.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, they'll probably have like a
7.
They don't. Yeah, they don't do the midnight show thing anymore. It's like you can see the day before at 7:00, and they'll have like 5 showings today or something.
That's
like
good
that.
though. It's good for
Yeah.
the economy.
Yeah, for sure.
People don't want to go out on Friday night.
And people don't want to line up at midnight anymore
Yeah.
and things like that. And so I don't know, but yeah. So Aliens are coming out. Wonder
Now-
Woman's coming out.
Yeah.
Pirate. You like the Pirates franchise?
You know what? I forgot about them. You know,
Okay.
it was funny because when there was like they're coming out with another Pirates movie, and then I had to think how many were there before,
Yeah.
and I think this is the 4th one.
Okay.
And I think I've seen the other 3, but I couldn't tell you
Which
anything.
order you've seen
yeah,
them in,
I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you which one's which, and I couldn't tell you what happened, but I could tell you that I've seen them. It's a weird movie because it doesn't really like embrace me, and like
I think they're entertaining.
yeah,
but-
visually.
yeah, visually.
It seems like Johnny Depp gets drunker and drunker in
Yeah.
every movie. And this latest one, if you see the trailers, he's just like,
Yeah,
I'm like purposely trying to not make sense. So it's like, okay, he's really overacting.
He's wanting to make it his last one. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, we can't use you again for this role.
We're just gonna put you on the ride at
Yeah,
Disneyland.
exactly.
He just talked to the guest,
Yeah.
which happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they were
reader.
promoting it. And
He surprised a bunch of guests by sitting on the ride and talking to people, which is kind of funny.
well, and he based that whole character on what Keith Richards, right? And
Yeah.
then Keith Richards was in the last 2 movies, I guess. Had a part.
Yeah.
It
He
plays
was
his dad.
Yeah.
Plays his dad in it, I think. So who knows? But
Did you guys see Guardians of the Galaxy?
2 or 1?
The 2.
Second one, yeah, I've seen it.
What'd you think?
No, yeah.
I liked it a
It
lot.
was funny.
I liked it a lot. Yeah,
I thought it was funnier than the first one.
it was. I agree. I think the humor continued for sure. I I was told by a person I went and that saw it with me that they were disappointed in the soundtrack in this one. That they thought the soundtrack in the first one was better.
Yeah.
And then this one didn't really play along as much as the first one did. And I'm like, I didn't really notice. It didn't really affect me that way. The soundtrack, I wasn't really paying attention to that, but I did like it. I think it was really good, and I think they definitely are gonna. They're setting up the Avengers when they bring them in with them and stuff like that. So it'll be good. But yeah, it was entertaining for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the Baby Groot is hilarious.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I love Drac.
Yeah.
Batista.
Yeah.
Pro
Exactly.
wrestler. He's just hilarious.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
All his scenes had me dying.
I watched the first one was on I think last weekend or a weekend before or something like that. Leading up into it, so it was on a lot. And
on cable.
There's just a scene in it where he's talking to what's her name, Gamora and stuff like that, and he goes in this green whore, and she's like, what? Like, you are my friend too, green whore, and it's just funny. And then her sister comes on and starts like cussing her out and stuff, and he just shoots her, and he goes, no one talks to my friend that way. Like, you just called her a whore. Yeah, so. But yeah, his character's pretty funny. And when the opening scene. Not to give anything away, but when he goes inside that creature and he thinks he's the one that's like doing everything. I saved everyone. Completely oblivious to what was actually going on.
Yeah.
He's a good character, man.
I don't think he's done any other films before this.
He might have done some.
He was in a James Bond movie. He was in either Spectre or
Skyfall,
one of those
really?
movies. Yeah, we'll have to look it up. I think he was a villain in one
He's
of those
probably
movies.
done some other like B movie, like with other wrestlers and John Cena and him or something. He played a bad guy or something, or did something maybe. But I think he's a decent actor in that. I mean, he definitely
Yeah, I thought he was hilarious.
Yeah, it's a good cast though for sure.
Yeah, good comedy timing.
Yeah,
I like those films. Did you ever see the first Kingsman?
Yeah, I said to see.
There's
that.
a new Kingsman movie coming out this year. Okay. Yeah, they just.
Now I didn't think that did that do that well in the box office and stuff. But
it did better.
It did better on like streaming and rental
and Redbox and
like
stuff. It had a second coming.
Okay.
In the theaters, nobody really knew what it was.
Yeah.
Because it kind of just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like that was my favorite movie of the summer that year.
That year, yeah.
Yeah. And so there's
when
a
did
new
that come
one
out?
coming
Maybe
I think 2014
or something.
Yeah. I loved it. I thought Samuel Jackson's part was a little silly.
Yeah. Well, he's wearing like
With
a
the
stupid
lift.
ball cap and it was kind of like
he was dressing like Russell Simmons.
Yeah, exactly. It was just something
he
weird
had
about
like this lift.
Yeah, he had, and it was.
Did you see
I
it?
wouldn't even say Russell
that.
Simmons.
Oh, come on!
I got to see that.
I think he dressed more like. What's his name? What was that movie where?
You know Russell Simmons.
I know who Russell Simmons is, but
he dressed like Russell Simmons.
Yeah, but he was it looked more like he was dressed like as a white guy trying to be a black guy.
Oh,
that's like that.
Like Malibu's Most
yeah,
Wanted?
that's the movie I was thinking of. That's what I'm trying to think of that movie. He was dressed like that
Jamie
kid.
Kennedy?
Jamie Kennedy and Malibu's Most Wanted is what I thought.
It wasn't that bad. It was
pretty bad.
No. Go back and watch it again.
Yeah, be rad.
Be rad.
It was. I don't know.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
He was dressed nice. It was the hat that threw you.
The hat just threw me off. Yeah, the hat threw me off.
Dude.
And that,
Tilted to the side.
It brought me to Malibu's Most Wanted on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I don't know, man. Anyway.
Yeah, it was a good time, man.
So you got Hawaii? You taking the family to Hawaii, or just going by yourself?
Taking the family? Oh man, could you imagine? No, I got to take the family, and it's like $8,000 in airfares.
Jesus,
yeah, it's expensive, man.
You could buy a boat for cheaper, probably.
I could buy a ship or a yacht, But it's fun. It's like, the kids are out of school soon, and they just swim and they play, and
that's cool.
Yeah, it's good times, dude. Keeps me young.
There you go.
Yeah. What about you? You going out of town this summer?
I got no plans, man.
Ellis?
Probably do Vegas.
Maybe
but,
do a Vegas trip before the end of the summer. At the end of the summer, maybe.
Do another boys trip.
Yeah.
Grab Kevin.
You'll have to come along.
Man, I would love. I think I might be able to sneak it out. It's tough, man. It's tough to get away, but if I can, I will.
Yeah, we'll have to. Kevin went with us last time. We went in October last time with Kevin and Ellis and myself, and
I don't know if you guys could keep up with me in Vegas though.
Oh shit!
We know Kevin can't. Kevin fell asleep at a bar in Vegas at the MGM.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Which one? The Synergy Lounge?
I don't know where he was at. Yeah.
We were at a bar and they're having music and everything. It was a DJ, it was like this round bar,
just lounge,
and just like a lounge thing. And DJ, and he fell asleep in the middle of all of it.
Yeah.
Now, we figured out he probably had 36 beers that day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he got up early to watch some, was it horse racing?
Ryder Cup.
Ryder Cup. Wada Cup. The Wida Cup.
It's golf.
What's golf? What's the Wida Cup? There's it. Yeah. So the Seven Deadly Sins Casino, as I call it, I forgot the real name of it, but we stayed across the street from this place called, it was 7-something.
4 Point Sheraton.
No, that's where we stayed, but what was the name of the casino across the street?
Silver Sevens.
Silver Sevens.
Yeah, Fast Five Time.
It used to be the casino that was the who's the people that have the gas stations and stuff out there?
Terrible Herbist.
Yeah,
It used to be the Terrible
yeah.
Herbst Casino and stuff right there. And it's now, Seven Sisters for Sister Sarah or whatever it is. I don't know. Seven Deadly Sins, I called
Yeah,
it.
that's on Paradise Road.
Yeah, that's where we were at. So, Silver Sevens. So it was the closest casino. So we walked across the street so we can bet in the sports book and stuff like that. And this, maybe late 60s year old lady.
Oh, this lady from like New Jersey with thick New Jersey accent.
Yeah.
She was like,
Kevin goes up to
60-something
ask
years old.
for her to place bets on the Ryder Cup was going on at the time. And she full on goes, "What's the Wida Cup?" in this full thick East Coast accent.
Okay.
And this guy like walking behind, it's a tiny, the room we're in right now is about as big as their sports book. Mm-hmm. So this guy walking behind, she goes, "What's the Wida Cup?" And some guy walking in the background goes, "It's golf." And the guy that she works with was like doing paperwork or stuff like that, and he slams all the paperwork down on the counter and goes, 20 years I've worked with her. 20 years. Like she still doesn't know what things are for 20 years. They're like this old married couple, but they've just been working together for so long. And 20 years. And he just like tilted. He just was over it at that point.
Nice.
But what's a Wida Cup? And then when Kevin was there all day and he gambling and getting his drink tickets, and he was every time you make a bet they give you a little coupon for a free drink.
Oh wow.
So he was betting on horse races, he was betting on probably baseball games, or betting on football, he was betting on the Ryder Cup, making prop bets, making side bets. He was just sitting there, he went over there at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning and was there till 2 or 3, I think, and then he was just betting, sportsbook betting, and so every bet he placed, he'd get a little ticket.
Yeah.
And he was just drinking. And when he finally left, he was like, when that lady left, she was like, "Bye, everybody, bye." And Kevin does it great, but she's like, bye, everybody, bye. Like just waving as she's leaving, like, "I'll see you guys tomorrow." Like it was just, the Seven Deadly Sins place there was, it would give us a lot of laughs. But Ellis and I found a gym in that place. A real, true gym in Vegas.
Really?
The best biscuits and gravy
oh, man.
in Vegas ever. And they're like $3, like $2.99 or something like that. And it's upstairs, and it's like the casino level and everything. You go upstairs to like their food court, and it's like they have like a diner kind of thing, like with an Asian restaurant and like something like, barbecue or something like that on one side. Mm-hmm. And we'd go in there, and then the diner side was open 24 hours. So it'd be like 4 o'clock in the morning. We're finally getting back to the hotel, 5 o'clock in the morning. We go in there, and biscuits and gravy, $2.99, and then we wake up at 10, go back, biscuits and gravy, $2.99.
No. It's a plate.
It's a plate of biscuits and gravy, side of hash browns.
Yeah.
Like I think it was a side of hash browns and like two
Sausage.
full biscuits, like cut in half, with gravy, sausage gravy all over them. I think it was like $7 a piece.
Yeah.
With like your drink, hash browns, and biscuits and gravy. And it was just, so I think we ate biscuits and gravy twice a day. We literally we found a gym in Vegas of biscuits and gravy. So yeah, it's definitely I will be going back to the Seven Deadly Sisters of Sister Sarah casino there. I don't know, I forget the name of it. Yeah, Silver Sevens.
There's some characters in Vegas, man.
Oh yeah, there is. I remember
Come
some
from all over.
Yeah, mainly Utah, but yeah,
Roswell.
but yeah, exactly.
Some aliens, man.
It's definitely an interesting place, and it's spreading. That town is growing bigger and bigger and bigger. It changes every 6 years. It's different, but and it just keeps spreading out, man. Like it basically Vegas goes all the way to basically Henderson now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like it's all all the way through, all the way up into where what's that, Lake Mead or Powell or
Lake
Lake Mead.
Yeah.
There's basically you can I think you're all the way. I think you're in businesses and houses all the way to Lake Mead now.
Yeah.
Until you go up the hill.
Huh.
I mean, I remember when there was like my dad. I think we talked on a podcast before. I know when my dad was a kid, he was 13 years old. He walked out the back of the casino and he was in the desert.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And now it's probably 40 square miles, from the center, and you're just it's crazy. It's huge, man. So
they outgrew themselves a little bit. They
Yeah.
put up too many houses, and then they had the collapse in 2008.
yeah,
because it boomed in the 90s. It was just this,
They were building houses like for
Oh, yeah.
$75,000
Yeah.
to buy a nice house.
oh yeah. Still, you can get them for less than 200 now for nice places. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but anyway. So, Ellis, you got anything coming up?
No, just working a little bit and just hanging out.
All right. That's it. We got a couple of things going on this weekend, and but yeah, some concerts coming up, some movies coming out, and well, thanks for coming on, Steve. We'll bring you back and talk about some more stuff. Talk about your other project and some other, just generic stuff. So
Happy to be here.
thanks for coming on, man. Thanks, Ellis, once again.
Always.
Hardheaded Productions podcast, episode 16,
We out.
and we're out, man. Thanks.